Hey, hi, good morning. It's Monday, it's Jim. It's a new week. It's my last week of work before I take some time off to do a bit of paternity leave. But in the meantime, I thought what I'd try and do is a video for you today. Video for me, video for everybody. And as you may notice, I've got a new camera, which is what I'm using to record this with today. And as part of the camera setup, there's a little mic which is set on top of it. I've been having some problems with it, I've got to admit. I've been trying it out for the last 2 or 3 days, which is why I haven't really got any videos up on here for a little while. I'm trying out the new camera. It just seems to be picking up interference and background noise all over the place, and it's not really delivering the quality that I want it to. So I may end up having to revert back to the old boom mic here that I've been using for sort of several months now. This actually works quite well, but it doesn't connect up to the camera in such a good way. So what I might need to do is record separately on here. So just have this and record this into the computer, and actually not record any audio at all on the camera, or just record it and then sort of fade it out later on. And then what I'll do is blend the two together in due course. But I haven't quite sussed out how to do that yet. So that may, depending on how good the quality of this is, I may or may not come to have to do that. But in the meantime, let's go on and do this. This is a video. Of course this is a video. This is exactly what it is. Now, Anunnaki. I think that's how I pronounce your name. You have been nothing if not persistent over months and months and months and months and months. Asked me to listen to the band Death, and it's not sure I fancy that. There's a band called Death. However, I have done a little bit of research on here, and actually it turned up on another video I was watching quite recently. So one of these sort of a documentary about sort of the origins of metal, and so it transpires Death is a vitally important band in the evolution of metal, which I had actually no idea about that at all. So from that point of view, of course I need to listen to them and do that. So that's what we're going to do now. So Anunnaki, you have been asking for a number of songs. Most recently you were saying I should be listening to Spirit Crusher, but for a long while before that you were saying Flesh and the Power It Holds. So that's the one I've got up here to do. It's not video, as always, it's just the album art, but we shall see where it goes. So let's get this going. Let's get this ready to go over here, and we'll be ready. 3, 2, 1, bosh. As always with this sort of music, the music itself is surprisingly beautiful. Okay. Ah, yeah. But I will say it again. When you live the flesh, it's the beginning of the end. It'll take you in, it'll spit you out. Behold That's some brutal drumming. Oh. That's a very Metallica sounding sort of sound. Jump, 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 jump. This is going in all sorts of places. Very, very interesting, this music. Bloody hell. Fuck yeah. That's it. That's it. It's over. Flesh and the Power It Holds by Death, from an album called The Power of Perseverance. That was actually pretty incredible piece of music. That was, I can say, yeah, absolutely sensational piece of music. So I did do a little bit of research on this beforehand. Death was, so I'm going to read this from Wikipedia, which is where I've been sort of looking at stuff up. So Death was an American death metal band from Orlando in Florida, formed in 1983 by guitarist and vocalist Chuck Schuldiner. So I don't know. I think he died. I think he's no longer around. And I'll just click on the link to see about him. He's born in '67, died in 2001. He formed the death metal band Death, and was lead vocalist until he died in 2001. He is one of the most influential and significant figures in the history of metal. Wow. Ranked number 10 in Joel McIver's book, The 100 Greatest Metal Guitarists in 2009. So yeah, he was important. He's referred to as the godfather of death metal, although he was uncomfortable with the nickname, remarking, "I don't think that I should take the credit for this death metal stuff. I'm just a guy in a band. I think Death is a metal band." I don't know where did the band Death lend its name to the genre. I'm not sure. But one of the other interesting things I've now found out about this as well is there's another name I recognise, Gene Hoglan. Now, I don't know if he was here on this one. So this was with a different drummer on it. So the album Sound of Perseverance, the 7th and final album by American death metal band Death, released in 1998 by Nuclear Blast. It was also a breakthrough album for the drummer and later radio star Richard Christie, in the tradition of previous drummers like Gene Hoglan and Sean Reinhardt. So it's not Gene Hoglan, because I thought, okay, there's a little link there to Strapping Young Lad and Devon Townsend. But there is a link, but it's tenuous at best. I have got to say, this is not quite what I expected. I think it's bad names, isn't it? It's awesome. Musically, really, really interesting. It was mixing up time signatures, tempos all over the place, and some really sort of stylistically quite different bits. There were some quite melodic, slow passages in the middle, some absolutely brutal fast bits, some very Metallica sounding parts, and some uber fast drumming. I mean, absolutely love this. Really, 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 really good piece of music. Very sad about, obviously, the drum. I think one of the other things that's important about this as well, which I picked up from the documentary, is where it was recorded. This particular recording studio in Florida. But anyway, what made, I guess, death metal came from Florida. I'm going to stop talking because I'm just talking a load of old bollocks now. Overall, I have no hesitation in saying this is up there with some of the very, very best metal I've ever heard. It's really good. It's fast, it's heavy, it's brutal, it's slow where it needs to be, melodic. There's a lot of melody. The bass was incredible, bass line. There's some really melodic bass playing going on in there as well. Singing, not growling, but sort of more like some devilish, impish screaming almost. That was I'm guessing Chuck screaming. Excellent. Good choice. Thank you for the recommendation. Sorry it took a little while to get there, but this is the nature of what happens on this channel. There is so much stuff being recommended all the time that it always takes a little while to get there. But get there I do in the end, and this is kind of proves that point. So I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, this is Jim, over and out.